the coach came with the decision to change me into the back row, and he said it quite early on while I was in my rehab. Said,
was it just because of an injury then that he
I
decided,
don't know.
or was it something he saw about you that he thought
I think
would be better?
Yeah, I reckon it was a mixture of things. I think obviously the injuries that I had, I was going to lose a pace, and at that time, it was always going to be difficult with how he wanted to play me as a centre, in a defensive kind of sense. So they said that they wanted to put me in a little bit further into the middle, which I was used to anyway, because a lot of the time when I was playing at Leeds, we used to have Kevin Sinfield, Danny Maguire and Rob Burrow. They were all on at the same time, and they all kind of played the same position, like scrum halfback. And then Kev, he was like a loose forward, but he would play in the halves as well. So they put them all in, and I would then have to defend as like a second row, and then the second row would defend as an extra middle, basically, because they wanted to protect the players. They didn't want to make them make tackles.
Halfbacks defend out wide.
League. Push them out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time, I was used to defending in that sense, in that position. So he was comfortable with that. I had to get used to
Second nature for you then.
Yeah,
just going back to it.
I just had to get used to the speed of everything and how he wanted me to defend, because the back rows can defend differently in teams. They can be passive. It depends how the edge is defending. They can be passive where we're aggressive. So a lot of the time when the opposition half got the ball, I'm at him, harassing him all the time. So
making hits.
Yeah.
Do you prefer playing there then?
I do actually. Yeah. I do. It's kind of weird.
Do you wish you did it made the transition earlier in your career?
Yeah, I think so.
Don't say that. You're one of my favourite centres. I don't want to hear that now.
No, looking back at it, I think maybe if I did it a few years earlier, maybe that might have kind of elevated my game a little bit more. Yeah. Maybe it took a little bit of time, but you know what? I did enjoy playing centre. And sometimes I've had to fill in at centre as well if we've had injuries and stuff. So it's not all gone at the time, but a lot of the time.
It's another uncomfortable moment that you found success in.
Yeah.
Back at Salford. So it's see what I mean? It's just testament. Like this whole conversation, we're seeing uncomfortable moments where you've made success through coming back. What I'd say as well is like, did you always, and something completely separate to this, just going back to Salford, did you always want to play for Salford, being a South Manchester boy? Was it always on the cards? Because that's your closest team, really, isn't it? Growing up in Sale.
Yeah, of course. I was a supporter there. My dad used to take me in cash quite a bit. He used to be a season ticket holder. He used to be a ball boy there. So they were part of an uncomfortable situation. That club's been part of an uncomfortable situation for a long time. So as fans, we were part of that as well. So. Yeah, when I did come back, I had the opportunity to go to Salford. I just took it with both hands. I just thought it's meant to be, you know. I didn't think when I signed at Leeds, I'd ever thought I would play for him.
Yeah.
But at the time, I just wanted to make it into the first team. And if it was at Salford, it was at Salford. Amazing. It would have been, incredible at the time. But I knew that the successes and everything, it was happening all at Leeds, and once I got the opportunity to go there, I was like, I had to go. But I'm so glad that I'm part of that club at Salford, I think, as a player as well, and that's amazing because I know quite a lot of people that were there in the stands. They're still in the stands right now, supporting the team. So, every time I'm either walking onto the field or, seeing the fans off the field as well, like it's the same faces, you know what I mean? And we're all grown up and we've all lived a life in that sense of of Salford, and it was an honour, especially for all of us as a family as well, to see that because it's so close to home. So I
think Salford would be glad to have you as well, especially if your inclusion now into the dream team.
Yeah.
How did that feel in a new position?
Oh, it's mad, isn't it?
Is there anything you can't do?
Oh, it's mad. You know what? I didn't really expect it because at the time, I think during that year, I had quite a couple of injuries as well. So didn't really expect it. It was kind of out of the blue, to be fair, because the coach was big on that. The coach is big on Paul Rowley. He's big thing on celebrating, achievements and accolades. So anyone that's made it a milestone of appearances and stuff. I've had a couple. I think it was like 350 career games in the season during last season, and I think it was like 250 Super League games on top of that. So adding on other things. So Paul was really massive on celebrating them achievements. But when he said that, I think it was in a game that we were playing, the last game of the season, and we were in a difficult situation because we were trying to get into the playoffs, but we needed another team to lose, and then we needed to win our game, and then it was just before we started playing. He mentioned it, so I was like, "Wow, I can't believe it!"
It's amazing.
That's madness, and kind of questioned it. I was thinking, there's been, I'm kind of looking at it. I was thinking, there's been some good back rows this year, like they've played really well, and I think I've been good. But I know I can be better, and I've had injuries on top of that as well. So, but the coach was big on that. He came to me a couple of days after. I think we had a review after the season because we didn't make the playoffs, and he said, the people that have selected know what you're about and know why they've picked you. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks or says.
I wouldn't even question it. I'd just take it. I wouldn't even be having those conversations. I'd be like, mate, I'm the best. just leave it. I've taken that.
You see the door shut and I've gone.
Like, we don't need to have this conversation. I know how good I am.
Yeah, I just that, and that's the thing. Like I've not made it about myself. Like if you want to win, if you want to be successful, it's got to be a team. It's got to be a team effort. And yeah, the accolades